High on the shores of the possible sea lay the kingdom of Lalaloule. It was gorgeous, gleaming and brighter than bright. I imagine it still is today. It had trufala palms waving over its walks. It had motorjets whizzing its ways. It had wide sandy beaches and starlets like peaches and endlessly sunshiny days. But not all the streets were so sparkling and neat in Laloule's lollipop climb. There were some that were dingy and cringy and dim. They were creeping and crawling with crime. And on the drabbest and darkest of all of those streets, the meanest in all of that town, lived a 12-year-old boy named Bartholomew Croy, whose face had a permanent frown, who glowered all day with eyes that were gray and lips that were always turned down. Till finally Tula, his mother, burst out, "I can't look at you frown one more day. I'm sorry, my boy, that they've smothered your joy, but we're none of us shouting hooray. Life's bad and it's sad and it makes me quite mad. But couldn't you fake it a while?" And she said through a tear, "Please, don't come back here till at least you can muster one smile."
Michael Wilmington's life is the movies. He has no other life.
You know, Michael is doing what not so many people are doing. He makes people who read, he makes them interested in this media, which is film.
Robert Altman, for example, told me that Michael wrote some of the best stuff that had ever been written about him.
Michael never, in my experience, ever watched a film continuously.
One of the things that impresses me about this movie now is I look at it and I just feel that the world that Henry and Karen Hill are living in is hell. I wouldn't want to live in a house like that, in a neighborhood like that, among people who dress like that and who talk like that for anything in the world. Part of the thing that's wrong is you look around the house and you never see a book, never even see a tape or a DVD. I was so happy when I found this place. Biggest storeroom in the place. It includes tapes, CDs. There are also boxes of books, some of my mother's papers, some of my mother's books. They're my old papers. Here are newspapers, that's differentiated from regular papers. This suitcase is broken, it's unusable. But this suitcase is the first suitcase I had when I covered the Cannes Film Festival. It comforts me to have this stuff. Meow. 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 A Cinderella story, a vacuous Hilary Duff teen movie update of the old fairy tale, resets it in the San Fernando Valley, with Chad Michael Murray as the quarterback Prince Charmless, and generally unenchanting results.
Michael is a person who lives, breathes, eats, sleeps cinema.
There is no cynicism there. He's never jaded. He's never weary of his job. He takes it incredibly seriously and loves cinema as much as he did when I first knew him when he was 19 or 20 years old.
Film noir is a style that visually was sort of born in the German Expressionist era and then mated with the American hard-boiled mystery writing of the 30s and 40s. What's clear to me from the first few weeks when they started trying people out for the show, Roger didn't necessarily want me, but I began to expect, because he was having everybody in the world on his program, that sooner or later, just as a courtesy, he would have me. And he did have me finally. The Buena Vista people hated that program and told Roger he could never do anything like that again. The amazing thing about movies, the beautiful thing about them, and the beautiful thing about a movie theater is you can pop into one no matter where you are, and they can transport you everywhere, make you feel everything. They don't do it all the time, but they can. So no matter what happened that was bad in Chicago, no matter what rotten things we all went through, not just me, there's always another movie theater to go into.